get going. Come on. It is too... My dogs. Hold on. My dogs just got out. How the hell did my dogs get out? How the hell? Hold on. My stupid dog. I swear to God. I don't know. The cat let the dog out.
Operation failed. Operation failed. Operation failed.
I thought both of them ran out, but it's just the big dummy. Hold on a second. Oh, I swear to God, this dog. Rotten hell. Bye. Come on, Baxter. Let's go bye-bye, Bax. Come on. Bye, Bax. Come on, Bax. You want to go for a walk?
Operation failed. Unlocked.
You want to go for a walk? Where's Baxie? Dion? I thought it was Baxter. Hi, Blue. Sorry. I had to go get him. She's an idiot. I just can't. I don't have the time nor the patience to deal with it. So I got Dan to deal. We'll see if he deals. Oh, good. Joanne, get it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Sorry, I had to leave. Is my Bluetooth still connected to my phone? Let me turn it off just in case. Hold on. I just turned it off just in case. Hey, what's happening? I am dedicated, but I'm tired. Doesn't mean I'm not tired. And slowly losing my mind. Anyhow, happy fucking Tuesday. That's how my day's gonna go already. I started off with a little nausea again. I wonder if it's the vitamins.
You let the dog out.
No, Bart did.
Okay, so did you, Bart let it out?
Yeah.
So who came out the garage door to get here? And then
Bart.
left it open so that the cat could open the door. And what do you do to me when I let the dogs out?
Yeah, but I don't
It's
do
a
it very
5-minute
often.
curse session
I
followed
thought-
by a 45-minute
I thought the door
bag
was
session
shut.
on live. Are you bagging on yourself?
I thought the
Hey,
door.
look at that.
I thought the door was
Holy
shut.
moly, look at that.
You leave it open. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Yes, Ed is okay with living with Mark. He would be, because he thinks
That's a military
he would be because he
747.
thinks Mark needs his help.
Really low,
So,
like 2,000 feet
he
over our
thinks-
house. Pretty cool.
He thinks Mark needs his help. So yes, he would be. Remember, he knows Mark's alone, and for him, that's who. Barbara says he's miserable. Barbara, who are you talking about? Ed, Dan, or Mark? I don't know. Anywho, today's Tuesday. Happy Sob Day. Today is the day of the woman. The day of thy mother, thy friend, thy aunt, thy grandmother, thy woman who kicks ass and continues to do everything that is necessary to make their family survive. You know what I mean? Women, the backbone to our families, the producers of life, the givers of life, the people who bend over backwards to give all their love. You clean it. If I can give you any motivation for anything, that's what you need to do. We are the world. We are the future. We are the one who makes the difference in everybody's life every day. We are the sob. We're sick, we still work. We're depressed, we still work. We're sad, guess what? We still work. I am woman, hear me roar. That is right. Dan, go into the back.
Go over into the neighbor's yard and we'll run away from it.
I swear to God, I hate incompetent people.
There it goes.
Come on, Baxter. Baxter, where's the ball?
We are the world. We are the future. Blue kitty's over here. Good morning. Good morning. Helen Reddy. Joanne, I was just listening to Angie Baby on the, it popped into my thing. Angie Baby, you're a special lady, living in a world of make-believe. It's about the kid who killed the neighbor boy who was spying on her. And, you know, I have to watch what I say. I mean, have you heard my wife? I have to watch what I say. I have a filter, right? I mean, even when the filter's off, I'm filtering out a heck of a lot more than what my wife says. I have to watch what I say. Lisa, there's nothing I can do to help my wife get that dog. That dog is, if you chase the dog or if you follow it, it will run away. It doesn't go far. It's right around here. You just have to trick it back with the ball, or just what I sing. Good morning, good morning, good. I've got nothing to say, but it's okay. Good morning, good. That's from Paul McCartney. It is 4:20. Barbara A. Browder, are you? Bye. How you doing in Singapore, Huron or Huron? Yes, Mike. I'm sure that I have these problems. Oh, here comes one of my problems. Is she back in? Back in?
Yes, she's back in.
I held the fort for
Standing
you.
out here just twiddling your fucking thumbs with your thumb up your ass doesn't do anything. Jesus
I kept people
Christ.
entertained while you were.
I mean, he just sits there. I'm not going to do it. I don't know what you want me to do. Okay, it's your dog. Anyhow. And he sits up here with the fucking thumb up his ass. I don't know what to do. I mean, who left the door open? Even when you're the idiot. Even when you're the idiot that leaves the door wide open. Dan, shut the door! Shut it! Oh my God. No. Shut the door! I mean, this is why he's an idiot. Yeah, I know him. I know. She did it. The difference is when he does it, I still get the fucking dogs, right? There's no different. I don't know, Barbara. Allie, I don't know if it's gonna happen today. Because I'm going after this. I'm going up and I'm helping Rocky with her yard. So I don't think it's gonna happen today. It's not that hard. I did the last one. I thought it shut, but one of the cats opened up and opened it. How long? Every day's different. Like the last couple days, I've been doing about running anywhere from. Yesterday was a low day, so I don't know. I don't even remember. But typically between 4 and 5 miles, where I'm run walking. I don't know. Rita, that one I did. That one I think was my fault. I thought it was shut, but Bart opened it. I thought both dogs got out, which would have been a lot harder to corral, gather, get him. But it was Bart, so Bart opened the door. So it must have been open enough to where Bart did it. Yeah, you know, Marianne, I'm really still struggling a little bit. I did sleep better, but I woke up at 5:45. And I was like, shit, I guess I'll get up. Today is V. Yes, Susan, it is the V day. It is the day I kind of gave a little diatribe and then my dogs got out. So now I'm just irritated because my husband doesn't help with anything. Can you help? Yeah, I'll just stand out here and watch your dog run around. That's not helping. Anywho, so always, even though it was my fault, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. Because when he lets the dogs out, which is all the fucking time, I'm still the one catching him. Hi Tasha, how are ya? Joy to the V-Day. I am leaving though. I will be heading up about 11 o'clock to Rocky's house to help her for a couple hours. Hopefully we get far enough and then I'll just go back on the weekend. Because my pantry is gonna start tomorrow. So I've got a lot of crazy in the next 3 days. So demolishing pantry, painting, and then preparing it for build on Thursday, Friday. We're going to Vegas. I also have to check on that to see if we've progressed. I'll wait for Jerry to come in, see if he's coming in today. So the 12th through the 15th, I believe. Hi, Nancy. How are you? So today is the day of that woman. Let's get back to that. Today's your day. Anybody can come, Seth. The 12th through the 15th. As soon as we have finalized hotel blocks, I will let you know. And then we will all meet. I think the more the merrier. I think it'll be a hoot nanny for us all to get together. July. I needed some time to get back from Cabo. I have some friends coming in June. So I wanted to, have just a little bit spacing out. Plus it's my anniversary weekend. So I thought it would be fun. What more of an excuse to get out? Sorry, Mark. Anniversary. Have fun. Peace. Yeah. I need a new man. According to Grandpa, anyway. Dan does not run, he walks. He cracks you up. Well, I'm glad he cracked somebody up. Good, CNH. It would be so fun. I can't wait. Y'all are gonna have to come with your hello, my name is badges. Hello, my name is CNH, AKA. You know what I mean? It'll be so fun. It's here to visit someone. Oh. Well, you can't come see us then, Marianne. Perkis, I will be heading then. Hotel and flight for July. Yes. So I'm gonna have to book my flight. I gotta do that this week. Only hell to high water, I will be there. Yes, Davis is about 45 minutes from me. Seth, I'm dying on the vine. My body's shriveling up. I got older and I feel it. But I'm still hanging in there. No beach time. Oh yes, but you get beach time. That's fun. I'm the best beautiful woman ever. Nicholas, that's a nice sentiment. So anywho, yes, so I will let everybody know as soon as we get the deets on the hotel. We have to finalize a couple things first. But set in stone the 12th through the 15th, right? The 12th through the 15th. So you know it. You could at least book hotel, airfare for those of you who need to fly. I will book it this week. It's on my list. Vet, airfare. That's what I got going on. Hi, Beck. How are you? So let's get back to the women. Men, love on your wives. Give them praise. Support them. Tell them how beautiful they are. Tell them how amazing they are. Appreciate every moment with them. They are tired. They are overwhelmed. In spirit, that's stupid, Seth. We are exhausted and we are still prevailing, right? We are still prevailing. Even when our kids are out of the house, we're still mothering. We're still mothering, whether it's our own children, our grandchildren, or anything in between that. We are lovers. We are caregivers. We have destroyed our body to bring children into this world. We change. We have great reproductive years, and then we start dying inside. All for the greater good of mankind. So when you look at a woman and you see her scars, you see her grays, you see her wrinkles, you see her body changing. Her time has come. She is no longer a reproductive woman, but she has cried. She has broken her back, and she is still giving love. Yeah, see her strength. That's strength, right? We've done our duties, we've done our time, we've given birth, we have raised, and we are still mothering. You know, I hate the body changes too. You know what I mean? It sucks. The ever-changing woman's body, the perimenopausal woman. You know, it's quite fascinating if you really think about it. It sucks, right? But it's fascinating. You know, we're youthful when we're younger. Our bodies are ready to give life, right? We're ready to feed our babies. We're ready to produce them, grow them, and give them out to the world. And then we reach a certain age where our body just says, we can't do the same things anymore. And we go in a shutdown. We go in a shutdown, a type of hibernation, if you will, to prepare for our weaknesses, our illnesses, and our decapitated, no dismantling, no osteoporosis. It's fascinating, just like birthing children. It's sad, and it means we are one step closer to death. Our purpose, our time here is almost done, right? Sad. Life. It's beautiful and so sad at the same time. Beautiful, sad. I'm one step closer to death. I have made it 50 years. I have made it 50 years. Now it's a crapshoot. How much longer am I going to make it? My body's dying inside. You know? My body's slowly dying inside, and that's okay. I don't want to procreate anymore. I want to be selfish. I want myself to nap. I wish. I tried to lay down for yesterday. I was like this. I was so tired. I couldn't sleep. Just whatever. It's time to be selfish, bitches. We are 50 plus. It is time to be selfish. You know what, T? Get your facelift. I'm a chicken shit. I won't do it. 100. Fuck. I don't know if I want to make it to 100. We're every day we make it, we are one step closer. That's for sure. Good for you, Marianne. Hi, Lisa. We are one step closer to death, Lisa. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about all the amazing things we have accomplished as a young mother, and now we are a dying mother. Our insides are shriveled up. Our outsides are catching up. Honor thy woman today. Honor thy tarnished woman. We are still a silver platter, bitches. Diamond encrusted. We are just tarnished. We are just tarnished. But we're still living life. And we are doing the best you can. If you feel like you need a titty lift, get the fucking titty lift. You know what I mean? If you feel like you want a facelift, do it. This is your era. The era of us. The era of taking care of our fucking selves, and the era of learning how to be selfish. Selfish. Stop relying on your people. You still can, because I can't fully discombobulate myself from them. But I'm going to start putting me first. Fuck everybody. It is time to take charge. It is time to do us. It is time. You want to grill a diamond encrusted tooth? Let's do it. You want tattoos? Let's go for it. You want liposuction? Suck away, bitches. Suck away. We are here. And I am my gold teeth. Seth, you ain't a woman. Back the fuck down, bruh. This is about thy woman today. It is the day. It is celebrate thy woman, not thy Seth. Or any other man thinking, well, what about me? Not your day. Not your day. Call your mother up. Say, hey, ma, I love you. You're my best bitch and you will always be. Yes. Let her know she's always right. That does wonders for us. Let me tell you. When people tell me, you know, Mama, you were right. Can I bottle that up and just listen to that every time I pop the cork off? Mama, you're right. I know it. I know it. Your mom would hate me. Well, sounds like a shitty ass mom. Because let me tell you, your mom and most mamas love me because I'm fun. I did get the permanent makeup. Good, Chatty. I got the permanent tattoos. I did it. I love it. I love my eyebrows for the first time in a long time. They're symmetrical. Do you know that if you look in the mirror, your shit doesn't match up? I hate that. If you have OCD, it's unbalanced. It drives you nuts. My lips, I'm tired. My lips they used to be puffy. They used to be full of laugh. Now they're shriveled up, thin lines. I think it would be fun then to get a little plump. Just a little bit. Just the tip of a plump. You know, to make the upper lip match a little bit of the bottom lip. Just a little lip. Juice the lip. Woohoo, Bronx Santa. That's so exciting. I'm originally from the South, yes. Yeah, what's hanging? Guaco, there's a lot hanging right now. I just didn't know what we're referring to. My labia or my lips? Oh, I get it. No, I'm talking about the ones on my face. Seth, who said nothing's wrong with, give me a minute. I gotta report somebody. I gotta report somebody. Give me a minute. See, I love doing my own shit. I got happy fingers, so I can take care of my own shit. Who needs mods? You know what I mean? Happy Rebecca, how are ya? Anyhow, I just support whatever y'all want to do. You want to Botox your face up to where it doesn't move? Do it. You want to get your titties did? You want to get a vaginal rejuvenation? Do it. I will not support going out on your significant other at all, but that's one of the only things I will not support. Affairs, won't do it. They never end well, so just be truthful. If you ain't happy, just say you ain't happy and leave. Don't validate your reasons as to why you need to poke it in somewhere else. I don't like it. Hi, Lucky. Anyhow, y'all do what you need to do. You want a pair of Louboutin shoes? Buy the fucking shoes. I really want a pair of Louboutin. Let's Botox down. Could you imagine that face? Oh, coach. Can we suck the fat out in a syringe? I want a pair of Louboutins. I don't think I would ever wear them. I just want to say I have a pair of Louboutins. Maybe I want to sit around in my house in my gym shorts, my whatever, and put my lubes on. I just want a red bottom shoe. Now, my feet are wide. I live in Birkenstocks, and I live in anything that is comfortable for my plantar fasciitis. Now, that shit was not good for plantar. Shut the door. Shut the door. It's not shut all the way. Pull it shut. Uh-huh. Anyhow. The bottom of hers, stop it. They didn't, and it wasn't pulled shut. What do you think would have happened there, John? Anyway, you can buy red bottoms. They do cost less? No, they're still about $600-700. I want the pink ones. I want a pair of pink lubes. I'm telling you. Yeah. I want a pair of pink Louboutins. They were never be worn. Just in the box. In a closet that I have no room for. But whatever. On clearance, shut the front door. Shut the garage door. No, you did not. How much was clearance? I want to know how much clearance was. I would have bought them for like $300. If it was clearance for $375, I would have bought them just on principalities. Stop it. $280? Girl. Even if they didn't really fit, I still would have got them. For $280. It was a deal. It was on clearance. I had to buy them. I do. I want a pair of pink ones. Is the clicker still working? Clicker? My clicker? Was my clicker? What? Something wrong with my clicker? There's a lot wrong with my clicker. Yes, we're going on a, Constantine, we're going on a Vegas trip, July 12th through the 15th. Hey, Gaj, how are you? How are your fingers doing? Are you stretched out? Are you winning? And are you making your honey bunny money? Get your nose smaller. No. You think I want to go through that much pain? I own my nose. Y'all are so weird and so mean. Brush your hair. Fix your nose. For what purpose? I'm married. I'm not out in the open sea. My husband doesn't care how big my holes are. Only one hole he worries about, not the ones on my face. Well, one, but not my nostrils. Get over yourselves. You want to do a beauty contest? Anybody who critiques me, let's do a side-by-side. And let's compare issues with our facial structures. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You did, Sherry? Not your clicker, silly, the garage one. What? Said, fuck, huh? Hi, Christy, happy. Here's the thing about me. And like I told y'all who want to pick on my appearance, beauty fucking fades. All those beautiful models, you know, Cindy Crawford, Christy Teigen, Naomi, all those beautiful people, they are still old. They have wrinkles. They have changes in their body, but they are still beautiful. Do you know why? Because their insides make them more beautiful than their outsides. That is why. Learn about beauty. Stop focusing on the exterior. Focus more on the interior. There you have it. Anyhow, people are so clueless. Yes. Woohoo! So, yeah. Tell me something I don't know. My nose is in a constant state of growing. So is everybody else's. So if you started out with a big nose, guess what? That schnoz is still growing. Think about the people with the big ears. Yep, still state of growing. Before you know it, you're going to be fucking Dumbo. And it's just the fact of life. I can't change my nose. I could. But who the hell wants to get beat up and knocked out? Not me. I am a pussy when it comes to shit like that. That's probably why I never did my titties. Who wants to go under? Not me. Chicken shit. Hypochondriac right here. I ain't doing anything like that because I am scared. I'm scared. If you don't like looking at my nose, this isn't the place for you because it's front and center. Sometimes my angle goes up the nostrils, and yes, you can see my brain. And what? I have heard every schnoz joke there is. You remember the movie Roxanne with Steve Martin? Remember? It's kind of like that. People think they're so funny to bash on people's appearance. It's really sad. It's really sad. Oh, Gail, so easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, I'm going to tell you something. What hurt like a mother effing bitch was, we see two. Yeah, what do we see? A complete asshat. That's what we see. We couldn't get my attention, so what did she do? Shouted, hey, gadget. Have you started? Had the same nickname for 40 when he was a nugget. And she had, oh, shit. Well, let me just point it out to you. I don't know how you can really not see it because it's right in front of you, but that's okay, y'all. I mean, it's okay. I also say own your shit. If you are scared to do that shit, then we have no other choice to be stuck with it, right? We can't do anything if we ain't gonna fix it. And that's okay too. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. I ain't gonna spend the money on that shit. Plus my kids take all my money. So even if I wanted to and had the inclination to, can't afford it because my kids need my money. So my face suffers. But the beauty is within inside, people. The heart tells it all. Be natural and proud, that's right. I walk around naked. Look at this body. It has birthed kids. It has fed the children. Yep, It has gone through stress. It has gone through depression. It has gone through hurt, sadness. But most of all, she's still standing. She is still standing proud. A little different than she was 30 years ago, but she is still going. She is still moving, and she is still making a difference in people's lives. Damn, fuck the wrinkles. Fuck the big nose. Fuck the thin lip. Although, it would be fun, plump. I would love to plump them up at one point. Just for me. Just to have fun, just to try it. I've never plumped up the lips. I've plumped up the face. Never plumped up the lips. These lips, y'all. Those are also not as plump anymore as they used to be. They have also lost luster. They have lost pizzazz they once had. They were fuller. They were more playful. And they wanted to be touched. Not no more. It's part of aging. It's part of aging. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. She has been touched many times in the past. She has been played with, and she has enjoyed it. And she has memories in a lifetime. Memories of a lifetime. She doesn't need to be touched and prodded and poked like she used to be. She is fine, left alone. I am cash poor, gosh. I'm cash poor. Real estate may be fine, but not still where we should be to retire comfortably. But that's okay. That's okay. I am too hot to be touched. I'm too hot and too sweaty. So I was laughing last night because I woke up and my crotch was so sweaty last night. And I just kind of was like, I just giggled. Because I was like, if only. Where's my fan? I need to charge that fucker so when I get hot, I can put it on it. Would it get cold? Does a vagina get cold? Do you ever, does it get sick? Like if it's really sweaty and you put a fan on it and it dries off, would she come down with a little cold, or is it fine? But she needs something because this shit ain't working. I mean, a sweaty crotch is not, I know it's a hot flash. Oh, Orange Man. The Orange Man's back. You know, it's so funny. My ceiling fan works, but it doesn't cool off the vagina the way it cools off my face. So, the thighs keep it warm. There ain't no drafts coming through here. Mine either. Mine either, Mishy. My thighs used to have a little crevice in between them. Now, I never used to have a big crevice in between my thighs. You know what I mean? And, you know, even the smallest little, you know, if I could put a penny in between my thighs, I'll take even a dime. I was happy. I was like, see that light? It's coming through the thighs. Not no more, girl. They're like this. You gotta pry that shit apart to get in it, to open them up. Yeah. And maybe that's why she's sweating so much, because there's no air circulating down there. And she's hot. She's hot. Well, by God, be nice to your wife. It is the day of the woman. You let her call you whatever she wants. And there you have it. You know, cyclist Gma, I'm telling you, my favorite is my fanny packs. I have so many big Louis Vuitton bags just sitting up there collecting dust. You know, back in the day when the big Louis bags, I have a couple of them. I don't want to wear that shit anymore. It's too fucking heavy. No, thank you. I'm good. Does Dan appreciate me? Maybe in his mind, but not by his actions. You have a thrifty? A 30? I'm tired. A thrift. I love thrift stores. I love thrifting. I used to love to buy my Levi's at thrift stores. The cross. I just want hands free, you guys. You too, Glocks. Hi, Cookie. How's your cookie? Is it good? Is it sweaty? Is it soft? Is it doughy? What kind of cookie is it? Free Grandpa. I think we should free Danielle. Let's be real. Grandpa's living large. Danielle is not. She's overworked. She's tired. She's overwhelmed. Free Danielle. Get it right. It's juicy. Oh, chocolate chip. All right. Is the chocolate melted? Hey, have any of you tried the cookie box from McDonald's? Do you know they have this new thing I'm seeing on TikTok where you can go and ask for the cookie tote or something like that? And then they give you fresh baked cookies. Hi, London. Yeah, they give you like 12 or 14 or 15 cookies, I don't know. And it's like $4 and something cents. You too, Nicholas. So I don't know, but it's a thing. So you can pull up to McDonald's and say, I'd like the cookie tote. And then they make you, because they have to bake them. And so from what I understand, they've been doing that for years. Shut the front door. Yeah. Seth, do you want chocolate chip? I think that's all they have. And I've heard they're delicious. So y'all moms, go out there and get your cookie box. 76 years ago? That's so funny, Cookie. They also have a secret menu. But that was their secret menu, is it not? Gets the cookie tote all the time. What? I have never heard of that. I have never heard of that until I saw it on TikTok. I learn everything from TikTok, y'all. So for those of you who like McDonald's, yeah, warm. They give them to you warm, doughy. So I heard they're a little crispy on the outside and doughy on the inside. Now, if I'm gonna eat a cookie, that's what I want. I like it a little doughy. So y'all, if you like your cookies warm, they do have oatmeal. Shut the front door. Where have I been? Living under a tree? I've never heard of it. They sell birthday cakes too? What? Thanks, Alicia. God, I gotta just go and try it out. I'm gonna go through the drive-thru and say I want a cookie tote just to have fun. I'd like a cookie tote. Ma'am, you've been watching too much TikTok. Get the fuck off of it. That's what I'm thinking I'm gonna get. CNH, that's what I do. The Wounded Veterans donation. They come. Dan doesn't even know about that. If he knew about those, and it's cheap, it's like $4 for warm cookies. But see, the problem is Dan doesn't want the cookies warm. He'll wait until he's fermenting it and then eat them. Oh, they're not always fresh? Do they have like an oatmeal chocolate chip? I like oatmeal chocolate chip. I know not many people do, but I do. I'm walking today, you guys. I know. I didn't run that far. I don't know how far I ran, but I just was tired. Dairy Queen. We don't have Dairy Queens here around us. Oh, I don't want coconut. Ugh. I don't want nuts or coconut on my cookie or in it. Subway. Okay, yes. Thank you, Mary. Have anybody tried that foot-long cookie at Subway? Anybody? Because I was always, every time I drive by, our gas station has a Subway. I like it extra dough. It's a foot-long cookie, chocolate chip. Not yet. Anybody? Speak up. You have? No, you don't. It's not good. Okay. Have you had the McDonald's cookie? Yes, they have. Tried that cookie with hubby. I believe it's also warm. It's also a warm cookie. So yeah, it's a foot-long cookie. It's $6.50. It's decent. Okay, but compare it to the McDonald's cookie. Which cookie is better? I don't want a foot-long cookie. A foot-long anything. I don't want a foot-long hot dog. A foot-long cookie, because I would eat that. So back in the cookies, the McDonald's cookies are better. Oh my God, the pretzel. I saw that too. Oh my God, I am a pretzel eater. I love a good, soft pretzel. Oh my God. They do that, I forgot. No, Melissa, I do not ask for money, and I don't talk about banking with anybody. You didn't care for the pretzel at Subway? Oh, I love it. I love any soft pretzels. See, everybody's different. Some people like it, some people don't. Shit, I gotta go try that shit. Oh, Wendy's Frosty is downtown, always a fave, yeah. Cook at least twice a week. Oh my God, Anthony, that's cool. I could eat a warm pretzel with good cheese sauce. Yes. They had a churro at Subway? What? Where the fuck have I been? The frosted lemonade was not my favorite at Chick-fil-A. I did try that. Oh, yes, the Auntie Anne's. Yes. Oh, cinnamon sugar. Cinnamon sugar. Cheese or salt? Both. 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 Today. Yes, $5.99. All right. Shit. So every time we went on a soccer tournament and we'd walk around like at the malls with the kids in between games and stuff, or after, I always have cheese in my house though, Kat. I always have a good queso. You can get a buy one, get one free. Oh, churros. Y'all, do I live under a tree? Yes. Hi, Pearl. So here's the problem I've been having. Anybody watch, anybody heard of the podcast Call Her Daddy? Now, the girls, the birthday cake remix and a waffle cone. See, I can't go, Anthony, we do have a Cold Stone. Not anymore, though. I think it's out of business. Is it? Shit, I don't know. Anybody watch, or have heard the podcast Call Her Daddy? We don't have a Culver's here, Ray. Hi, a helping hand. So, here's the thing. There was two girls, I think. Oh, hi, Shane. I was thinking about you the other day. Guess what, Shane? I was supposed to, by the Zoomies request, send you a picture of a phone and tell you that we got Grandpa a new phone, but I have yet to do it. So there's a joke behind it. So stay tuned. I have been thinking about you. I just haven't gotten there yet. I got squirrel, so much a lot, but it's a funny joke, haha. Anyhow, so Alexandra something, she split off from the other girl. I don't remember what the other girl was. Oh, she's Sophia? Is that who it was? So Alexandra's the one who kept Call Her Daddy, and then the other one went, I don't remember what her name was, but is it Sophia? I don't remember. So, bus liquor for you. Anyhow, so she pops up on my feed all the time, and she eats all the time. She eats all the time. Like, she gets all this shit from LA delivered, and and I'm like, Oh, it looks so good. So I go to bed, my stomach's growling, and I like see all this food she gets all the time. Sandwiches and sushi and whatever. She's always eating something. Yeah, I don't remember what the big deal was, but like I love, my kids were, oh hi Mara. My kids were big, they listened to her. So I have several, when they were together, I had their old merch that I wear. I love it. Happy Wiener Wednesday. I have Degrade Me. I'm Unwell, those types of things. Now, I never really watched or listened to them because I don't know. I think I would be mortified because I am that way. Like I talk nasty and shit, but knowing my kids are listening to it, it gives me a little bit of heebie-jeebies. But now that they're older, I don't give a shit. So I was thinking about going back and listening to them. But so yeah, I don't remember what the falling out was, but I heard it was pretty ugly. Is Sophia doing anything anymore? Does she do? Because Alexandra still seems like Alex seems like she's still pretty big, and she's doing well for herself. They made a lot of money, but anywho. So I don't know. Yeah, she has one. Oh, okay. I'll have to look for her. Does she do TikTok and stuff? Alex went off on her own, makes a lot. Yes, Alex, but there was a big to do, and that's why they split up. It makes me sad. It wasn't an Alex or something wanted more, or she wanted to do something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but signed a deal. Sophia with an F. Okay, is the podcast. So I'll follow her too, because I think it's interesting. I mean, I don't remember, like I said, what happened, but there was a big to-do and they split up. And it's sad because, you know, when you have a good brand and you build something so cool together and become so, you know, well-known and you're making money, and it always makes me sad when people disintegrate their stuff. Oh, Melissa, you're sweet. My red bottoms. One of these days, Melissa, one of these days. One of these days, I'll find myself a good man. I'll find a man that makes money. I'll find a man that treats me right. And I will find a man that helps around the house and can build me things and will support all my new car adventures. I'll have a man that helps me walk on water. One of these days, according to Grandpa. Grandpa always says that. I will, one of these days I will buy them. Just to buy them. I used to look on Poshmark, you know. It's he said, she said issue. Sold a podcast. Oh. I was singing a song today. I was going to the bathroom, and I was trying to psych myself up before the live, because I'm just kind of feeling a little blah. And so that's why I'm walking. So I was laughing at myself, and it was a troll song. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it. I'm going to write a song about the trolls, right? And I'm going to sing it. I was pretty good. The thing is that when I do it freestyle, right, and I'm not around a pen and paper, I fuck it up, right? And then I sit down to write it. I'm like, well, where is it? Where did it go? I don't know. What I should do is record myself. Every time I start singing to myself, I should record it, right? And then that way I can blend it. And then I can have a song and then sing it for y'all, right? Maybe I can go viral, get a record deal, a label, as long as it's not the Tiddler or anybody else that's associated with him, because I will not be touched. I will not be, shut the door. I will not be manipulated into sexual things, because I don't like it. I don't want to be roofied. I will not sell myself to the devil. But twiddler, diddler, the diddler, the twiddler, diddler, you know, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Beyonce, I do not know, Jay-Z, stay away, stay away. You can play tambourine, all right. I can use a good tambourine.
Like Linda McCartney and Wings? Are you kidding me? It was a joke.
Will I help me
Linda
this way?
McCartney up there banging, and Yoko Ono
you-
banging on the tambourine.
Dee Dee, it's what you put in your mouth. I mean, exercise helps, right? But you can lose inches.
I know
but
a
you have
low-calorie
to.
item that you can
You
put in
have
your
to
mouth.
watch what you eat ultimately, and the
You
older we
actually
get,
lose weight by doing it.
go away.
You burn off more calories.
The actual, and as you age, our metabolism slows down to like half mast. You know, who knows what he's blabbing about? He's bored, so he has to come out and bug us. So that's just the way it is. He's a pain in my ass. Do I get a lot of trolls? Do I get a lot of trolls? Do I get a lot of trolls? Fuck yeah, I get a lot of trolls. Maggie, but busy, full of annoyances. You, I got a fart. Tell me what that smells like. Woo! This doesn't smell good. Inhale. How's that for vulgar? That's right, trolls. I've been called many things. Vulgar is one of them, and I just farted because my husband was coming up, and it was not pretty. And yes, I am immature. I act like a 13-year-old sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because the only way sometimes you can get rid of him is to do things like that. Come here, baby. You want some loving? What the? And that's why. That's why. Can you check my pants for me while you're there? Make sure there was nothing. See? 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 He's gone. He's gone. Oh, wow. Plus my cookie's hot. Oh. I can't believe I'm 50 and I just did that on live. And I seriously did. But I did. I did it. I'm kind of proud of myself. Where is the line? Where is the line? Where do I draw it? I don't. Not when it comes to him and him bugging me. So, yeah, they got easy. The kids ran off, did they not? Ah! Dad farted! Alicia, it just passed. It was May 5th. I just turned 50. Yeah, the only thing at this age that you have to worry about is when you have gas, you have to worry about leakage. Because your sphincter, your pelvis floor, it doesn't work as well as it used to. So sometimes you have little surprises later. So it's really not something I should play around with. It's like Russian roulette, you know? Crop dusting, yeah. Well, and I do that because, like, sometimes when I complain about my stomach, I'm like, my stomach hurts. And he doesn't believe me, right? He doesn't ever believe me that it hurts. So I have lately now, let me tell you, I used to never gas in front of Dan. Like, I was always very, like, just polite, right? And now I almost do it because it's like, no, I need to show you. Well, that is disgusting. Well, I told you my stomach hurts. So it's kind of like I'm spotting, you know? Yeah, right. I'm sure you're spotting. Just another excuse. So I leave blood in the toilet, or I leave, paper, or I say, look at this. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I almost have to prove it to him because he thinks it's some excuse to get out of nookie, right? So, now these days I just do it, So yes, I'm 50, I fart on my husband, I leave blood in the toilet as a reminder that I don't lie about, well, mostly I don't fib. Sometimes I do, but there you have it. All turnabout is fair play. Dan doesn't do that. The only time he farts outwardly is when he's sleeping. Was young when met him, didn't think women farted. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I do. I feel immature, but I love it. You know, I figure life is too short, right? I get criticized for not being a woman, right? Farting, everybody farts, even women. We all have a little nastiness to our thought process. We all have vaginas. We all sometimes miss a good wipe. And sometimes we all leak, and it's very truthful. And sometimes we queef. Remember that first one? I was like, what the hell? That felt weird. Where did that come from? So I hate the people, the righteous people who come on and they're like, oh my God, did she really just fart on social media? Yeah, I did. I did. And you know, did I talk about sharting? Yeah, because it's a fact of life. I shart probably once, at least minimum once a month. You're welcome. What's wrong with that? It's facts. Some people just don't like to talk about it, and I want to normalize it because everybody does it. And if you say you don't, you're fucking liar. You are a liar, right? So here's my thing. Be truthful. Own up to it. Don't come on my page and bitch about my content because you do the same fucking things. Just in secret. Because you're too insecure to put it out there for everybody to see. I am one within myself. I share the things that I want to share because I want to share them. I think it's funny that I'm 50 and I just farted in front of my husband just to keep him away because he's annoying me. Yes, there is nothing wrong with that. Have I sharted this month? Let me think. Yes, I have. Absolutely, I have. There's always a little present at least once a month in my underpants. And I wear a thong. So, you know, if you don't get a good wipe and finish it off directly right, it's going to tell all your secret. The thong tells all your dirty secrets, if you get my drift. Whoops, guess I didn't get that one. Oopsie. Is that why I'm itchy? Hey, Rhonda, I have a bidet. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The bidet, and I think it has to do with the depth of your ass crack. Because if you don't angle your booty just right, it does not get all the fecal matter everywhere, right? So it's really hard. If you got a deep ass crack, well, there could be problems. Finding the perfect eyes. Women. Now, here's a little story I'm about to tell about women and men you know so well. It started way back in history when the first shape came out of a woman. That's me. She had a little gas, and then she tooted, and her husband said, "What the fuck? I can't believe it." And then he said, "Never mind, because it stinks." Yeah. And then guess what? The woman was free. You know, it's fine. Fart. Let it out. You know, get a little, if you don't have gas at the time, get a little machine, you know, that farts and be like, oh God, my stomach. I don't know what's happening. It's not good. I just don't think it's good tonight. No shit. Hi, Arnold. You gotta do what you gotta do. It works well. I used to be too embarrassed. I wish I had these tricks of the trade. I did have them. I was just too immature. No, immature is not the right word. I was too pretentious. No, I wouldn't. I was just too like, I couldn't do it because I wasn't wise yet. You don't fart in front of your husband. Who does that? Stupid girl. Stupid girl. Of course we fart in front of our husbands. Did we want segs? No, we should have tooted away. We didn't know. No, whoopee cushions is way too fake sounding. My nephew has them. It doesn't sound like, well, it could in some cases, but we need something good, you know? Especially because our men's questions us. They questions us all the time. Uh-huh. You sure? Uh-huh. I am. Do you want to see my thong? Thong, 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 thong. No, you don't. You're disgusting. I know. But you have to have proof. That was silent because I did pass gas and you guys didn't hear it. I would have never had a loud fart on I call it TV because I would have been embarrassed. That one was silent and deadly. So I don't know. You guys do you, I do me. It just works in our house and it scares away the, you know. I'm angry, you know. I'm frustrated. I'm just over the game of chase cat, chase mouse, you know. If I want it, I'll offer it. I offered it up this morning. You want a quickie? It's a face he gave me. All right, well, I ain't gonna beg. Peace. You know, the only time he wants it is when I'm sleeping, right? He wakes my ass up. No. Raise up our leg. My girls do that. You know, now the proof is in the pudding. My girls have always been really open about gas. I don't know why. I don't know how. They just have. My house is really raunchy, and I'm like, and they do it in front of the boyfriends, and I'm like, what? I would have never done that at that age, but now, you know, whatever. And I mean, Hannah will just rip ass, and Justin's over, and they've been together for 8 years. But I mean, I'm like, oh my god, Justin's like, bruh, but they do it back. Now, I would have never done that at that age because I was just too insecure. Like, who farts? I don't. I don't even poop. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know. It is what it is, y'all. It is. Everybody farts. Everybody has accidents. Everybody gets boogers. Everybody, you know, has bad moments. Everybody yells. Everybody screams. Everybody cries. You know, everybody fails, you know, at some point in the day. We all fuck up, you know. But people don't like to admit that. I think I'm the only one who just owns my failures. Failing is okay, you know. You know, I didn't even run. I ran, I think, barely 2 miles. God, I'm just feeling it, you guys. I'm just feeling it. My body is dying. My body is withering up. I am really trying to focus on listening to my body. I could barely did that. I did over 4 miles between a little bit of a run and a walk, but that's okay. That's okay. If you say you don't have accidents, I think you're full of shit. I don't believe anybody. I don't believe anybody who says I don't have accidents. It's just not possible, especially if you're my age, because you are definitely shitting or pissing your pants. Especially if you've birthed like 3 kids, right? The bladder is not where it's supposed to be anymore. Boo-boo sweat. What's boo-boo sweat? Ass sweat. Yeah, swamp ass. How do you become comfortable in your own skin? Chris, the more you talk about it. Now, when I first started the social media shit, you know, no, I would have never talked about this. I would have never farted on camera. I would have never done these things that I talk about today. It's growth. It's really growth to me. It's just owning your shit. And the more that I focus on myself, the less I care, you know? I'm 50 and I have social media. I sing. I would have never sung. I wouldn't even sing in front of my husband, you know, and now I'm more comfortable within my skin. Social media helped me become more confident. And that's all it is. And some people can act confident, right? But for me, I couldn't act it. I needed to believe it in order for me to be successful in certain things. Now, I think it just has to do with evolution, you know, of ourselves, our true selves, because that's the only experience I have, and the growth that I've had in the last 2 years has led me to be here. And I want to be fun, you know, I want to make you guys laugh. And so I have to be able to, you know, relinquish certain fears, right? If I'm going to do this, like, you can't have any fear. You have to stand true to everything you say and everything you believe in. Um, you know, I own my shit. Did I shit? Yes, I shit. You know, it happens. But yeah, no, and it's not, most people, you know, look at the way we were raised, and even the older generation than me, we were raised to not talk about things. You know, it's not polite for women to talk about feces, right? It's not a proper etiquette for women to fart or to do any of those things. Women were proper. We were mothers, we were wives, and we were just here to take care of our families. Um, Fuck that shit, you know? Fuck that shit. So a lot of us have the mentality of, we don't talk about mental illness, you know, because we weren't allowed to. We weren't allowed to say we farted or had diarrhea. There was no bathroom talk. There was no, you didn't talk about sex, right? God forbid. And I just, my family wasn't that way. So, you too, Tracy. So yeah, I just don't agree with that stuff. I think you stand loud and proud about your failures. You know, owning your shit literally and figuratively help you become a stronger person. You know, if you step up and you say, "Hello, you know, I am an enabler," right? I'm an enabler. I enable my kids every fucking day. I enable Ed. And I also enable, and people are going to be like, how do you enable Ed? There's many ways I enable Ed. Many ways I enable it, because it's just quicker and easier for me to do it, right? As most women. Same with my husband. I'm an enabler. Do I drink every day? Absolutely. I do. I drink every day. It's not a problem for me. I enjoy it, so I'm going to do it, right? I let go of that stigma. There was such a stigma following me around for so long because of how I grew up, and Ed just being so ugly to my mom about her drinking, and you know, my mom was a binge alcoholic, and so I have been triggered. You know, people say things, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. I want to drink every day. You know, I have a drink every day, if not two. Sometimes on the weekends, I'll have more than that. I don't care. It's my shit. It's what I want to do. It's what I enjoy doing. For so long, I didn't do the things that I would have liked to do, you know, like having a glass of wine at lunch for fear of my husband judging me. You know, I don't care anymore. If I want a fucking glass of wine at 12 o'clock, I'm going to drink it. If I want, you know, a beer at 8 while I'm laying in bed, I'm going to drink it, right? If I want to talk about shit and sex, Martha, I'm going to do it. I enjoy it, right? I grew up this way, Martha, in a family who was very rude and crude and had fun, Martha. Now, it doesn't appease to everybody. Dan doesn't like it because he also caters to the people who follow him and his dad. But I don't cater to anybody but myself. Here's the thing. If you like me, you stay. But don't give me a lesson on etiquette. I am 50. I have literally experienced enough in my lifetime to finally be able to say, I do what I want to. I like talking this way because I was raised that way. I think it's funny. I giggle at myself. I giggle when I see a shirt in my pants, right? Because I'm like, oh my God, I got to tell my social media. It's funny. Stop being secretive about shit. Stop being like, well, why are you talking rude? Yeah, you may not like it, but this isn't the place for you. I am going to do the things that I want to do and how I want to do them because this is my platform. It says Mrs. D. Cell NorCal on it. It's my platform, right? Dan doesn't agree with half the shit I do, but he doesn't interfere because it's my shit. I'm not catering to anybody. I'm catering to myself and the people who enjoy the shit that I say or the shit that I show. That's it. I'm 50. I cuss. I'm vulgar. I can be rude. I can be crude. And I can be immature. Thank you. And you're welcome. Why the need to share things like that? Michael, did you just not hear what I said? I just already addressed Martha with that. Because it's my channel. That's why. It's my channel. And I like to do it. That's why. Why ask a stupid question to an adult woman who is choosing to do things the way she wants to do it? Right? Why do people question an adult woman? You obviously don't like it. This isn't you, the place for you. Don't question adults. Don't question me and my ways. My show, my choice. Simple. Do I speak Spanish? Hola, guacamole, tortilla, queso, cerveza, tequila, tamales. Need mental health support. Some people need mental health support. Okay, my love. Huh? Baño. Baño. Baña. Ese. Muy bien. Gracias. Michael, this isn't the place for you, honey. I see that, and that's okay. But don't question me, and don't re-question your question with a different question and a different way of questioning. Stop being passive aggressive. Muy bonita. Mucho, mucho.
What does bonita mean?
What's pig? What's pig in Spanish?
I don't know.
Carne asada.
Carne? I thought that was beef.
Carne asada is beef.
I think it's
No.
I mean, chicken is pork.
Bilal, he made me famous. This guy, not Ed, he just helped, but this guy made me famous. These moves, this stomach, this everything
There's a song
made
about
me
that.
famous.
These are the songs that made America famous.
Kanye West also had a song, I Made You Famous. You need to learn
These
that
are
and
the
sing
something that made America.
Paquito.
I think it was Jim Croce.
it. No poquito.
Anybody know I'm talking about? Jim Croce made America famous. That's what it reminded me of.
Oh, yes, Dan is such a nice guy. You're so nice.
I
God,
know.
I love you.
Yeah, well, you don't show it.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Because you're annoying.
I'm sorry.
I don't love you.
I'm
Go away.
all right.
Dan is so wonderful. Oh, I'm glad he left because I can't handle him singing. And you guys are all encouraging the singing, and you know you like to do that. I do this. Out of love. Everything's out of love that we do to the, that was mean. Oh, I'm so sorry. Brain dead. Let me show you how many fucks I give. Anyhow, 0. He can have his own time. This is not his time. This is my time. My show,
Harry Chapin.
my channel.
Harry Chapin wrote the song. Hey,
Jesus,
Siri,
he's back.
play What Made America Famous by Harry Chapin.
No, you can't. You can't do that on here.
He's dead.
Perco? Brain dead jalapeno. You must be brain dead if you don't grasp the sarcasm in what we do. So
It was the
obviously,
town
you're
that
handling.
made America famous.
Okay, you can't do
It
that.
was the town that made America famous. Go away, Dan. I mean, I get more hate on your thing than
Because you're socially.
on the spectrum. Am I spectrumized? I don't know how to interact socially. I mean, this is a weird social interaction. I'm standing in front of a camera looking at stinging bee times 1.
What?
On just the comment.
It's not a comment. It was a.
I just read it. You wouldn't be here without me. That's absolutely true.
No, Eric.
Got her.
Eric, I wouldn't be out here
Maybe
without.
you're married to that billionaire dude.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my mom's egg and my dad's sperm. So if you want to be really technical, think about that. Sperm meets the egg and it created me. And that's what you need to pay attention to. Dan was nothing but a pickup along the way, but I was here because of my mom. And my dad.
I mean, you guys are mean. I mean, you get mad at people who troll you. Do you get, bye, Danielle, leave, get off, leave his show. We don't want you. Do you get that? No. I mean, but yeah, I just don't complain about it.
You're complaining right now.
I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing it out.
You're complaining.
I'm pointing out the double standard.
You're complaining.
It's a double standard.
You're complaining.
I go, hey.
When are you shaving?
I don't know.
God, you're hairy. Do you take care of yourself?
No.
Do you want me to shave you like I shaved Grandpa?
Yep. You're saying leaving people are agreeing. It's you.
It's me.
There's a bird in the cat.
Rita, do not renew your membership on TikTok now. Do it on YouTube if you're going to join. I'm trying to get the subscriptions up so we can do our lives. I'm cooking on here, hearing sperm. Well, because people always say, well, you're here because of Dan or you're here because of Ed. No, I'm here because my mom and my dad had sex. I mean, right? I just like Dan. I just like Dan at night. Dan is only a nighttime show. How did you two meet? My mom married his dad. Yeah, that's how we technically met. Uh-oh. He's coming back.
Oh! It was only Blue Kitty.
They only like you at night, Dan. You're the nighttime show. And the lives are not going ahead. I'm moving away from TikTok because TikTok is... I'll do videos, but yes, I'm going to do more of the live streaming on YouTube, more so, and subscriber member lives because TikTok is being weird right now. You know, you can't get responses for things. You get violations for things that aren't happening, and it's just mass pandemonium over there. So, my mom is dead. Yeah. He's the halftime show. Yeah, I need to get my stomach. I'm gonna go get a Red Bull. Hold on, give me a minute. I need a Red Bull because Red Bull has Red Bull has wings and a desire to achieve the greatest things in life are not free. They're doing it to, a bunch of things. And so, they're just doing it and they just push the creators. If you're not pushing, if you're not battling, if you're not doing the things that, to generate money for TikTok, I think, Okay, a quick rundown again, you guys, because everybody's so confused. My mom and Ed married. Yes, they married a long time ago. My mom died. Ed was alone and continues to be alone. I met Dan eventually through my mom and Ed, yes. Eventually when I was a wee teen and he was a teenager, and Josh, we share Josh. So my mom and Ed had Josh, and once Josh came in the picture, the family started hanging out more together, blending of the families. That's it. Plain and simple. And then we fell in love somewhere along the way. And then here we are today. So, if you want to be technical, yes, Dan was my stepbrother. but we weren't raised, in the same house or anything like that. We just kind of met teenage years. Yeah, that's it. Josh is my brother too. Yes, we share Josh. My mom married Ed. Together they conceived a child, and that was Josh. So Josh is my half brother. Josh is Dan's half brother, and our kids are probably very related. You know. Oh, so wow. Yeah, wow. I guess that's a wow moment. I think it would be more interesting than a wow. Wow. You know. Um. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Huh. You know. But not like a holy shit. What? Why would I joke? That's not. Why do people think that's a joke? Why do people think that's a joke? Why do I joke about something like that? I joke a lot, but no, I'm not joking about that. Especially no, no. Yeah, it's not a fuck. What? It's a huh. That's rad. Yeah. My mom's name was not Lola. No. My grandmother's name was Lola. Fernando, this is not a new situation. This was way back in March, the beginning of the year, technically, January. So it's like, how old are we're almost 6 months old. This is a 6 month old story. My mom's death anniversary was coming up. People wanted to expose their golden ticket, which was no golden ticket. And so they plastered my mom's obituary, and plastered the golden ticket, quote unquote, and just made a big deal of it. So no, this is not something that's like totally like new, but a lot of people just don't see it at the time because you're not always here. Oh, hi, Melissa. Well, great. My mother was Janice, yes. Yeah. 2 times. Yeah, and it's not that big of a deal. Who married her stepbrother? Yeah, it's not uncommon, and I feel like there's such a stigma that comes with it that a lot of people probably just don't talk about it because, and no, me and Ed did not have a good relationship at all. No. No, and that's a lot of the reason why people didn't realize that we were holding off. We weren't actually going to not tell our story until he passed, for really important reasons to us, because we have showed a certain side of Ed today that you guys all know and that you guys all love, and the story and the relationship with my mom and him and me complicates things a little bit and doesn't shows him how he was before he is today. And that's not something we wanted to focus on. And it ends up getting focused on because people want to know, and people, just the curious minds want to know. And I get it. I would be the same way. But we're trying to preserve the image that we have created for you guys. Yeah. So, and that's why. But because, we grew, our channels grew, and there are assholes out there. They wanted to find the answers. They dug. They saw my mom died. They saw her name was Salinger. They connected the pieces. They went on my other social media. They went on my family's pages. They found all this stuff. And it was ugly. So because of them, we had to kind of come up and kind of give you a little bit of backstory and just kind of explain the basic commonalities of it. But yeah, it is what it is. No, no. Dan's mom's been fine. She's the least of my worries. Somebody asked me about a book. I'm not a writer, right? I would have to have a ghostwriter, and I would be totally down to do that because I think Dan likes to write, but I just don't think he has the patience to sit down and actually do it. Yeah, it was Mar. It was so crazy. And our story isn't, it's, I mean, I think it's cool, I think it's a really cool story. And I hate that people, victimize it and make it seem so bad because it's nothing that was bad at all. It was just something that happened. You can't help who you fall in love with. You can't help, um, you know, you just can't help it. And it happened to both of us, and we have stories and we have wonderful memories of how, we came to be. Um, uh, Caitlin, no, no. Their relationship was very tumultuous. Their relationship, my mom was a single mom at the time. She moved away from her hometown. And my and he was sometimes you sacrifice being a single mom, and she sacrificed, and he's, whatever, and she wanted another kid, and so she had Josh, and no, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. No. I have a lot of PTSD. And that's why we didn't want to talk about it, because people have questions, right? They want to know the issues. They want to know what Ed was like. He is not like what he is today. No. And I was able to overcome a lot of this shit. Yeah. Still triggers me, right? But that's normal. Uh, yeah, Caitlin, a lot. There's a lot. It's a lot. And I was able to let it go. It was very hard for me to take him in at first because he was still a little, very much kind of old Ed when we first took him in. I mean, he would be triggered, and, he would, be his old ways, and which triggered me. It was ugly. My mom married our cousin. Oh no, it was horrible. Um, No, it's okay. I think it's a great story. I think it's a great story. I'm not ashamed of our story, nor should anybody be ashamed of it. Or, I think it's a beautiful story. It's just that, I think a lot of people who are in my same situation, I think they don't talk so openly about it because you get scrutinized for stupid shit that shouldn't even be brought up. Um, no, Shannon. No, Shannon. Ed was a very different man. Ed was a very controlling and stubborn ass man. And some of you who know the story and who've heard me talk about it before say you can tell, right? You can tell. He just has certain mannerisms, like the house, wanting to know, right? Whose house it is, because if he knows it's his house, he will dictate. Sometimes he comes in and he's very, and I have to say, this is my house. And once you say it's my house, then he backs down, right? Because he is not the king of the castle. So there are, no, I have not, Katie. So no, it's not as, there's, people assume things, right? The assumptions always get people into trouble. Judgments too, but, no. And, you know, he is such a different man today. And that's why I was able to do what social media too, because I was able to let go of a lot of things. I was able to work on myself. We talked about self, evolution and reflection and working on the things to let go. You don't ever forget, right? But you can forgive. You can forgive. Yeah, the ownership of the home is very specific, Michelle, because he was a control freak. And everything that he contributed, everything he paid for, he would tell you, I pay for that, you know? This is how we do things here. So when we specify, and if you listen to him and have an open mind, when he says, well, whose house is this, right? And everybody says, well, say our house. No, he doesn't want our house, right? He wants a definitive answer because he needs to know who's paying for the house, because if he's paying for it, we are going to be ruled under Ed. So when I say this is my house, right? Sometimes he comes in and he just walks in my kitchen. I'm like, no, because he trips in there. You're welcome, Marbles. Sorry, my eyes are really tripping today. And I'm like out of my kitchen, and he'll sit there and stare at me like, bitch, stand down. This is my house. And I'm like, my kitchen, my rules, my house. And I'll be like, all right, you know, all right. Do you pay the bills? You damn straight I pay the fucking bills. All right. I don't pay anything? No. Are you sure? Yes. So, no. And I have to. That's what he understands. People don't understand that. They're like, she's so bitchy. She needs a state claim to everything. No. Listen to what he says. Listen to the questions he asks. Is that my car? Oh, just tell him it's his car. Oh, really? Really? All right. Apparently you know better than me. So yes, he remembers my name, I think, because I'm the most constant out of, right? All of his kids, right? You think about it. I've lived with him, I don't really know the time, but I know my mom and him started dating when I was 5. So sleepovers began at 5, right? In his apartment. So, I've known him since I was 5, and I've been with him overall. I mean, think about it, even with his kids, the older kids who he was there for the most part, but in his adult years, he's been with me too. So he remembers me. Yeah, you recognize it. Yeah. My mom and Ed not only dated, they were married. Boundaries are always need to be, yeah. Does he remember my mom? Sometimes. Last week, he was like, really, like, remembered my mom. So your parents dated and their kids dated? No, that's completely not the case. But the man is in charge. They rule us women. No. Who says that? Bull fucking shit, the man's in charge. I don't. Quit acting like you are better than your other siblings just because you lived with your parents your whole life. Trina, I didn't even say that. Listen, open your ears. Didn't say anything like that. I lived with Josh till I was 19. Josh was 10 when, I was 10 when Josh was born. I lived with Josh for 9 years of his life. That's the only sibling I've lived with. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Scruffy. Yeah, because people don't pay attention. People don't pay attention. They don't actively listen to people. They just kind of pick and choose, and then the way they make sense of it, it's so fucking weird. So I married my stepbrother. Yes, Shannon, you caught on very quick. Hey, Keems. Yeah, they hear what they want to hear. Yes, so Dan and I share Josh. But I'm much closer with Josh because of my mom, right? So my mom, we're closer, I think, because of the loss of my mom. Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot wrong. Poor Dan. She thinks she's woman, should be in charge. Narcissist masculine energy is never good. Oh, you got me. Masculine energy. And I am in charge because he allows me to be in charge because I'm the only one who knows how to do things around the house. So yes, he willingly gives me it. Whether or not you think I'm masculine, that's just ugly. Be better, Dallas. I'm no judge. I'm just curious. Obviously, you were not raised with him. Raised with who? No, I was not raised with Dan. I met Dan one time when I was 5 when he came over to his dad's house because there was an active shooter at his mom's house. And I think they lived probably, safe to say, about 5 miles from where we lived or where Ed lived. And I was there. And that's when Dan found out his dad had another woman and was dating her. And then I didn't see him for a long time after that. Nobody really knew Ed was dating until probably about then. So it was, I think, probably weird for the family. So there you have it. So he stayed away. I think that tripped Dan out being like the baby and just what the hell, So, oh, the cop. Hey, Kim. Well, I'm here every day, the cop, so you could be here. Put it this way. Ed and I did not communicate for all the years I lived with them. I couldn't wait to get out of the house. Let's leave it at that. So no, he didn't abuse me physically. He, you know, nothing like that. But it just wasn't. It wasn't healthy. So yeah, yeah, it is. It is draining. It is draining. So focus on what we are showing today because that is the man that we want to remember. I mean, let's be real. We don't want to remember you married your stepbrother. Savannah, are you serious? Did I ever think I was going to be done? I'm going to tell, that's why I treat Ed and that's why Courageous Shay, did you just not hear a word I said? I spent most of my young years not talking to him because of our own reasons. Today, he's in my house. I've taken care of him for 3 years. And you're going to come at me and drop your ugliness onto me? Shame on you, Courageous Shay. Shame on you. Shame on you. He's very lucky that, he's here. He's very lucky. And he knows he's lucky he's here. He knows he's lucky he's here. Because he remembers. He can't pinpoint exactly, but that's why Shay, he thanks me every day. And he says, I understand this isn't easy for you, right? He understands that because he knows the tumultuous relationship we both had towards one another, right? So it's pretty cool if you really think about it that I'm able to let go of a lot of things, years of shit, to have him here. I shower him, I clothe him, I feed him, I take care of I clean for him, I clean his bathroom, I cut his nails, I shave him. Pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool. That's what you need to focus on. Not focus on your projections of ugliness that you have within your heart. Well, obviously, Chris, if you pick up on the things, that I'm saying, you obviously know that we didn't get along, right? I had one dad. Ed was a difficult man. I didn't like the relationship between him and my mom at all. Didn't like it. It wasn't healthy. I was my mom's protector. Obviously, something wasn't right, right? Obviously, there was something that created my anger towards somebody, right? Obviously, I was a young child who formed opinions very early and did not like him very early on. I remember begging my mom not to date him anymore. There was other men she dated that, I thought were okay. It's kind of like animals. You kind of could sniff people out. But, in hindsight, I have to look at what he gave me, right? Today is different, right? I'm able to care for him. I'm able to forgive. I'm able to do these things that I would have never been able. I mean, you talk to my family, they'll be like, oh shit, I never thought you. My mom's probably like going, holy shit, I never would have seen this in my life. You guys, I'm going to block the people who make comments about that. Larissa, you're not the only one, but your ignorance is shining through. Now, when you say stupid shit like that, when it makes sense the way you talk to him, shame on you. Shame on you for being ugly. Shame on you. And you will be blocked. So if you are not going to be respectful and understand this situation and have an open mind, I'm going to get rid of you. Period. I don't talk to Ed in any way. That's my irritation with you. I talk to Ed the way I talk to him. It's my personality. Stop thinking that there's some connection or correlation between the way I talk to him. Do we have history? Yes. Be respectful or you will leave. Cookie. Yes, people's ignorance strike nerves with me. I'm sure you know nothing about striking a nerve or getting struck. Pretentious. Anyhow, focus on the positive, y'all. Life is too short to focus on the negative. Focus on the things that are happening today. Don't worry about my shit with Ed, the turmoil I had with Ed back in the day. For what reason? I'm not sharing the shit and I'm not sharing his past, right? He was stubborn. He was a controller. That's it. That's it. That's all you need to know. The rest of this shit I'm not sharing. So don't ask about it because it's nobody's business. What I choose to share is your business. But what I don't doesn't matter. Everybody, well, you know, and that's just not the way life is, Patty, anymore, unfortunately, is people just want to, you know, that's what you care for him. Why put yourself through that? What am I putting myself through? A lot. Yeah. Why? Because I did it for my husband. That's why. Because I'm empathetic towards my husband's wants and being able to support his family. And I know if my family was still there, still around, and I wanted to do the same thing, he would support me too. And my ex, oh, yeah. Yes, Ed was with her last breath. Yeah. I mean, did Ed raise all of his kids? I mean, I think so. I mean, you got to remember, Dan was a product of divorce, right? So Dan's parents got divorced at 10 and 11, so Ed wasn't in the house about that time, I guess. Or 8 or 9. I don't really know the timeline. It's not my business. But regardless of the fact that, you know, no, he wasn't there for Dan up until, you know, he moved out of the house. But all the other kids, right, obviously lived in the house and he cared for them. He was a dad. He worked. That was his role. Provider. Kenny, first off, it's not just your house. Oh, it's just my house. That's Dan's dad. And almost every kid has them feelings. I don't know what you're talking about. This is my house. This is not Ed's house. I paid for it with my husband. I helped, you know, pay for things. I worked for a long time. My money contributed to this house as well. And also, when I quit my job, it helped my husband work more, right? Gave him more opportunities to be in the office more to create the lifestyle we have today. So yes, I am responsible. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Dan's mom and I are fine. She actually, when Dan said, I think we're going to have to help Mark out, right? You know, she was like, don't do that to Danielle. Don't do that to Danielle. She was my biggest like protector with that because she was like, you know, she's gone through a lot. She does not need to be doing this. So yeah, I mean, she sees it for what it is. Yeah. Forgiveness is hard. Forgiveness has always been a hard thing. And it was really hard to forgive, right? But in order for me to do this, and social media helped me a lot. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, Joanne knew him like in his heyday, right? My mom got him in the same heyday, you know, just a little bit more crotchety and grouchy. But, you know, Joanne knew. She endured it. So it's hard. Again, forgiveness
is important in order to self-reflect and to evolve as a human. Holding on to baggage and anger doesn't do anything to us but slowly kill us quicker. So it is wonderful that he is the way he is today, because I don't think I could have done it at the beginning. When he first came in, he was still old Ed, and there was lots of glimpses of that, and it was really difficult. Triggered each other. And it was ugly. I mean, Dan will tell you, like, it was catastrophes. Like, it was like, there's no way. Dan's like, I don't think we can do this. I don't think, and, you know, Joanne was like, well, no shit. You know, Joanne's like, no shit. You can't do that to your wife. I mean, that's not fair. So no, she was my biggest supporter in telling Dan not to expect that from me. She still today will say, she'll come over and she'll be like, you know, I'll be bitching about something like, oh, you know, she'll be like, well, I know. It's hard. Does Ed remembers my mom sporadically? Not very much. I think you still harbor resentment towards Ed, and it shows. Oh, Lorraine.
Possibly.
I think you're a negative Nelly, Lorraine.
But you know, this is real life. It's not written. It's not, you know, it's not perfect. It's real life, and there is all that shit from that history. But there's also a lot of positive that comes from that history, like the familiarity. That's why she, you know,
Josie,
they may have their...
No, we have, hold on really quick, time out. We have followers because of him. Okay, carry on.
I forgot.
Part time, last time, part time, because, you know, there's history, there's all this.
Yeah, no, I mean, there is all the history, and that's what happens when you have family caregiving. But there's a lot of good that comes from that. You know, she can bathe him, she can change him. If I'm not there, at least he's got, you know, he's comfortable seeing her. He's more comfortable than he would have been otherwise. So there are positives in addition to the...
I have followers because of me, thanks.
In addition to the, you know, the dirt that remains from the remnants of their old relationship. That's always going to be there.
There's always dirt, no matter what. I mean, if you read these comments right now that people are saying, I cared for my mom after not speaking for years, and I cared for her until the day she died, right? You don't think people still have a little turmoil, a sadness, you know, anger? Yeah, of course you do. But it still shows the person you are today when you step up to the plate and you do it, Lorraine. Think about that. Right? I'm still doing it whether or not I have turmoil with Ed or I have not forgiven at all. I'm still doing it. I'm still bathing him, right? I clip his nails. I clip his fingernails. I shave him every other day.
She's like Dolores Claiborne in that movie, taking care of that old woman. Remember, and then she was accused of murder, and she's like, what do you mean? I've taken care of him. And they had a horrible relationship, right? They were sparred. One of my favorite movies, by the way, Dolores Claiborne. I think Jennifer Jason Leigh's in it. She is hot, but it was a good movie. And you know, she had that kind of relationship with the person that she cared for, an old rich lady. And the old rich lady ended up giving her all of her money because it was real. Life imitates art, or art imitates life.
Yeah, you guys just need to expand your minds a little bit.
My dad's not asleep. He's up. Kathy Bates, exactly.
It's called Big.
Isn't she awesome?
It's called Big.
There's a scene in the movie where Jennifer Jason Leigh, she's an addict. She's addicted to pills, or she's taking pills to mask whatever. And she's just like, at some point, she's like, just give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. She pops the pills. She needed 5 minutes. Really powerful movie. Very powerful movie. Ed and I were not particularly close, any closer than, you know, I did not, he was out of, you know, I was away from him from like 9 on, so I didn't live with him from 9 on. So my memories of him are, you know, limited, but we were normal, you know, and then like oftentimes with divorce, you kind of, you know, I would go months and months and months without seeing him, you know, it was just the nature of everyone's so busy. And I'm going to school and dealing with my own insecurities from the divorce. He's trying to find a new life. My mom's going to college, trying to make a new life. There's not a lot of time. And so that, yeah, my relationship is close, but never as close as it is now. This is way closer than our relationship's ever been, which is another beautiful thing, you know. I can say I have an absolute full-on relationship with my dad after doing this. I'll never forget it. My kids won't forget it. Hell, the world won't forget it. It's all over the social media. How you doing in Denmark? My mom did not remarry. She did have a couple of long-term relationships, but never remarried. I did not really know. I have a stepfather. We didn't live together. It wasn't like that for us, you know. My dad had a family. They were raised and then moved on, and then they divorced after 25 years, and my dad had a second family. And you can imagine that didn't really fly well at the beginning with, you know, my older siblings who were having, you know, Josh and my nephew are the same age. You know, my sister was starting her family the same time my dad was starting a second family. So it didn't really, there was a lot of apprehension at the beginning, you know, between especially my older siblings and this new woman who was 20 years younger than my dad. And it was not, I mean, it was not like, you know, that kind of situation. And, you know, without Josh, I probably would not, you know, if Josh didn't come into the picture, I'm sure I would not have, Danielle and I wouldn't have gotten to know each other the way we did. Thanks, UCI. You know, sharing the, you know, sharing the tough stuff and the personal stuff. You know, at 56, this would have been really tough 20 years ago. But having worked as an attorney for 56 years, I know the human condition pretty well. And I know that there's nobody that's on here right now, there's nobody on these apps that has a perfect life. Everybody is flawed and broken in some way. We do a great job of covering that up, and it just creates this, you know, look and see, gossipy type, you know, talk behind people's back. You know, we are all the same. We're all human. You know, there's some that are in jail that obviously do, you know, bad things. But as far as having lives, we're all fucked up, right? So I've seen so many lives that are so imperfect that I look at my own imperfections and I just say, I'm human. I'm not ashamed of them. I try and work on my imperfections. I think I've made a long, you know, a lot of strides, especially in the last 5 years. But, you know, as far as sharing, I don't mind it. You know, put it out there. Take the mystery away, right? We're all dealing with our own life issues, real serious life issues, kid issues, disease, Mena frickin' whatever the hell she's on. You know, I'm not getting laid as much as I want to. I mean, I'm dealing with it, right? It's what good does it do to keep it inside? So, you know, I'm not quite as unfiltered as she is, but I have sharing is an outlet, and it really takes a weight off you. You know, you realize I'm imperfect just like you. That's the way it is. Danielle, you are wonderful.
Thank you. I know.
There's an unfiltered Dan. Yeah, coffee Dan in the morning. Right, and the worst is the people that judge, because you know that in their own lives they have the same shit, and they have the same thoughts, and they have the same imperfections and selfishness and whatever else plagues you, you know, feelings of inadequacy or jealousy. They plague us all. So put it out there. It is what it is. If you're happy, you're having a decent.
That's what I was saying that today.
decent
I
time
was
of
just
it?
saying I don't have a problem with sharing. I share what I want to share.
You share a lot.
Yeah, I share what I want to share.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. It's your story. You can share it.
My story. It is my story.
Yeah, people can be terrible, and this kind of hits on another theme. I was talking to my friend today or yesterday about, you know, kids and the way they're so, you know, they live for the likes and the views and all the stuff on social media so much it becomes debilitating to them. And thank God I'm here. I just don't give a shit. I don't care. I posted a poem that got 15,000 views, which is a lot of views. It's just tiny compared to what else. So I wrote a poem that wasn't great. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna worry about it or fret about it or delete it or think, oh my God, people are gonna know I'm a shitty writer. I mean, it is what it is. Writers write poem. Do you like every song on an album from a group that you see? No. Do you like every poem in a
Are
book?
you trying to
No.
convince yourself?
No, I'm just talking.
It sounds like you're convincing yourself of your
Well,
failure.
I'm bitching about the poem views, but but I wrote an esoteric poem that was really, probably most people aren't going to understand the references in it because it was an obscure reference, an obscure movie. What's that?
I don't know. A troll or some sort of.
Thank you, Candy. I appreciate the poem love. Yeah, we met about the very first time we met was an interest. I didn't remember it until years later when her mom reminded me, but I met her on probably the most traumatic day of my entire life.
That was fine.
And then I didn't see them for a couple of, I'd forgotten about them for a couple of years. But that first day, holy
How
crap.
could you forget this face?
It wasn't that face, it was a kid. An annoying kid. Yeah, Liza, I think that if you go back to that first meeting, maybe it was fate, but
It was fate.
it was fate. It was a
Lucky me.
shocking day for me. I'd gone through, woken up in the middle of the night because someone was shooting in our condominium. There was somebody lived a couple houses away, shot like 200 rounds, and the entire place was evacuated. We were up all night. I walked to my dad's house. I hadn't seen him in months, but I'd walk there in the morning and think pajamas or whatever the hell I was wearing,
See,
exhausted.
and we have different memories of that.
Because it was a long time ago. So I showed up and there's my dad with some.
I remember
new
in your
woman.
OP shirt, brown with stripes.
Whatever I
orange.
threw on in the middle of the night when we got evacuated. We were older, so I got married at. We had a dating from like when she was 16 to 17. We kind of started fooling around, and then what happened is, fortunately, I fell in love. And it was real. And then we split up because of her age, and she had to get life experience. We split up for like a year and a half, and I dated a billion people. She dated, and then right as I was moving on with somebody new, Jennifer, she
And
came.
no correlation with our daughter.
No correlation. She came. She started leaving me messages, and then started coming back, and we chose love. And then when I graduated from law school and she graduated from college, we got married. I haven't watched anything step sibling or anything like that because it's not the way just not my experience in my mind. That's not the way my life went. We didn't have that kind of experience. And again, because the family was, I already had a family, right, that was done and older. I was the youngest, so it wasn't really like that. But I would watch it. We're about 5.5 years age difference. I mean, people can think whatever they think. I mean, it's not normal. I mean, it's not typical. But in our situation, it made sense, and we chose love. I mean, that's just what we did. We fight a hell of a lot. Yes. We fight. I mean, we have a long connection, and yes, we do fight a lot. Uncommon, or I mean, I don't know how common it is, but it was not. It was never really an issue for me because again, I was older. I was just out of that environment. For her, it was a bigger issue because she was younger, and had to deal with whatever image issues she had or what have you. 20-year age difference. That was my dad and Janice was 20 years. And surely that's all that matters is, are you happy now? And it's a work in progress. Am I happy like all the time? No, but that's not nothing to do with her. It's my own stuff. Um, I have, I have issues, anxiety. I try and be happy. I have lots of happy moments. I don't like quickies. I like long.
Yes, Josh is my brother.
Yeah, my dad's married twice,
My mom birthed
and we didn't even know when they got married. We didn't know for like a year. We didn't even know that they were married. They got married in a courthouse
Nashville.
in Tennessee, and then all of a sudden they were back.
Fuck.
They had left for a year or something. Danielle's mom, because she wanted a kid, right? And my dad didn't want another kid, so she bailed. She left, and then at some point, my dad
I was
disappeared.
so happy.
My dad disappeared, and then they showed up later, and then Josh came.
And then Josh came.
And at some point, I think they got married on that trip. I'm not sure.
They did. Let's not go back in memories.
Yeah. How you doing in Peru?
I was so sad. I was so excited driving cross country to Nashville, and then 2 days later, fucking Ed shows up. Oh, Lord. But then again, you got to be thankful because I wouldn't be with this guy.
I told my mom last night. What would have happened if you never divorced Dad? So I don't know. One of us would be dead. That's what she said. For me, it would have been a bit. I mean, I don't know where the hell would my life have been, because
Karen, don't feel guilty at all.
I never would have. My life would have been just drastically different. So
I mean, everything happens for a reason, right? I believe in that because one thing can change the course of your lifetime.
either things happen, and then
What would you do if you didn't have me in your life?
I would probably be somewhere married to somebody else.
Weird.
It's weird. Probably Jennifer. Most likely.
Maybe. And
What?
maybe divorced.
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened?
Because you were still searching for your soulmate, who was me. I do. It's so crazy to me because, like my mom, now that it always trips me out because you guys,
If it wasn't for her mom, we wouldn't be together.
we wouldn't be back together. My mom, really it was my mom who was like, Danielle, wake up. You know what I mean? Like, I lost the love of my life. I know he's the love of your life. Don't be stupid just because of timing. Timing goes off. My mom had a hard time, right? Losing her love of her life. He wanted to go to med school. She didn't want to wait, idiot. What the hell was she thinking? She had regrets, right? Eric, I'm always burnt out. I'm crazy. So, she had regrets, and she's the one who pushed me back to him and said, wake up, don't be stupid. He is your love of your life, and if you lose him, you're going to realize that. And
let me tell you something else. This is the amazing part,
I
right?
wasn't talking.
No, because this is the amazing part. At the time that she did that, I was a mess. I failed out of high school. I was drinking and just going after girls. That was my life, and playing basketball all day. I had no future whatsoever. I don't know how the hell she pushed Danielle towards me. She must have seen something that I wasn't exhibiting yet, because man, I mean, I literally failed out of high school. I had no self-confidence. I thought I was stupid.
But it's weird because she knew.
The only thing I had was
the weirdest
athletics.
thing to me is that, she's dead now, right? So she can't validate. She can't say, I knew. Like, she knew she was going to die early. She always said she was going to die early. She didn't think as early as 53, but she felt like she was going to die. She always said 68 was her number. And I think she saw something for whatever reason, the true love thing, the reminiscing for her and her past and whatever else. And then she saw us.
But she also, she ended up with my
Not
dad
talking
because of a really hard financial situation. So, and then she was raising a little girl all by herself, and it was very difficult financially. She was not making a lot of money. And so she had to have that insecurity, but still, for whatever reason, thought that somehow that I would do all right.
You already
And
said
that was long before I had showed anything in anything. I was still just mumbling around, bumbling around.
You just
A
repeated
product of
yourself
divorce.
in just a
All right,
different way. Have some more coffee. Anywho, so I think she knew, and she was like, at that time, if he was a philandering nincompoop, she saw that there was going to be a potential and that her daughter would be taken care of. I think that's what she was thinking. And she didn't want me to lose out on my love of my life, this guy. So, do I think we're soulmates? Yes. Do I want to kill him every day? Absolutely. But we've been together for a long time, so there's that. Yeah, I mean, and he didn't say anything new in that. You know what I mean? He didn't say anything new in that. He just said it a different way.
That's all right.
Love being interrupted for that because it totally messes up my train of thought. Did our parents meet through? No, they met. We met through us, them, you know, canoodling. They canoodled together. Again, you know, a single mom, at this point, it wasn't going to be for love, and it was going to be for business. More likely, she wanted another kid. She was getting older. She needed support. She wanted to have support.
It was very much like that in the beginning. It was a relationship of convenience. But over time, you know, due to probably two factors. One, Josh. You know, then all of a sudden they had something in common. And then Danielle and I. Those were two things that brought them a lot and just
and
greatly
then we had
improved
babies, and guess what?
And once we had babies, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, they shared grandchildren, and
they
that,
were happier.
It brought them. Yeah,
they moved up here. They built a house.
They were happy. I think your mom was happy for the first time in her life, and then she got fucking cancer.
Died. And then she died. Yeah.
That's life, man.
So, and that's another reason why, like I tell you why Ed doesn't ever forget me, is because even when my mom was working full time and they lived up in Shingle Springs, he was here every day.
Every day.
He was here greeting the kids home from school every day.
Every
His
day.
Fucking car would be parked out there.
We just hated it because we'd pull in, his car would be there. We'd be back from Tahoe, haven't slept in 2 nights. Boom, he's there.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day. And
my dad's been in my house every day for the last 15 years.
Yeah, 18 years we've
18
been here.
years, whatever.
And so whether you liked it or not, he was here, right? Multiple times sometimes. I couldn't get rid of the fucker. Still can't today. But yeah, no. So I probably have been the most consistent person in his whole life as far as always being around. And when we moved up here to go to
Maybe true.
Yeah. And when we went to school up here, they were every weekend they were coming up. Every other weekend they were coming. At least once a month they would come up in the motorhome with Josh and Quaid, and they would bring and visit us. So like it was constant.
For us, it worked out absolutely wonderfully. It could be fraught with disaster, especially if there's divorce, and it may have been a different situation. But for us, it's absolutely been.
That's why I can't divorce him. It makes things really complicated.
It's not complicated anymore. We could divorce.
But I'm saying it's just, I have been probably out of all his kids, I have literally been the most constant in his life since I was 5, right? Even through college, even through kids, even through everything, because he was always here.
Yeah.
Ed was probably the closest to me and Dan, right? Then he was.
Not me until we connected. That otherwise, you know, my dad loved it because it brought me around, right? Because otherwise, what would I be doing there? You know, if I wasn't there for her, you know, I'm growing up. I'm early 20s. I mean, I just had other places to be. So my dad loved the fact that
he loved it, and
that
that's
I was
how
there.
they became closer because they missed years because of the divorce. And then, you know, it's been him. You know, it's been us too. For him the whole time. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. There's so many fascinating twists to the whole story, especially that. And now at the end of his life, he is giving back to us more than we could have even imagined, right? I mean, the guy has given us platforms. The guy has given me this ability to come on and grow from him.
A minute ago, you said that was me.
Well, you started it, but he obviously, you, him, and then me.
He enlarged the platform exponentially, let's put it that way. It would be a much smaller platform without the man, the legend himself.
But at this point, it's given me my own way to, you know, grow myself, right?
Her father is not living anymore. He passed around the same time.
It was really
as his
interesting
mom,
last night because he remembered, because he said we were sitting there on, I was on YouTube last night, by the way, sorry, TikTok. And he said, well, didn't your brother shoot himself? So he did. There was a clip that he did
remembered.
remember. And I said, no, it wasn't my brother. It was, yeah, Sweet Home Alabama. That was a cute story.
We love that story. The finding your true love. Yep.
You were the first person I ever kissed, and you will be my last.
That didn't happen. Didn't happen with us either.
What?
Well, I wasn't your first kiss, right?
No.
No.
But you're going to be my last.
We'll see. We'll see what happens when the old man dies.
We might divorce then.
My options are greater with my presence on social media.
Yeah, I think our hi Eddie Cat. I think
Eddie Cat.
I think our story's pretty rad. I think we have a really cool story. And I think I appreciate it more and more the older I get. You know, just the nuances and the things, and Ed, and you know how he worked his way back into being here. I think he had a plan all along, that fucker.
Ed?
He made him comfortable, himself comfortable for a long time ago, right when we bought that house. He was out in the back, out in that theater room. He knew where his plan was. He knew he would eventually was going to be here.
Eddie Cat. Eddie Cat. Eddie Cat. You are an Eddie Cat.
Yeah, well, last night on YouTube, he did ask. He goes, didn't your brother or somebody shoot himself? I thought that was interesting. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's bits and pieces in his brain. He just
It's
can't
in
put
there. I mean, the
together.
disease is weird. All the information is there, and occasionally bits of it burp out, you know, but it's accessing that information.
Oh my God.
Yes, our story would make a good movie.
Somebody came on last night, and it was the coolest thing. He goes, oh my God, my dad worked with your dad at TGIFs in the early 70s. And I said, you did? And he said, no, my dad did. He goes, and it was so weird because it all started connecting. And he said, I said, well, my mom would have been there too, because my mom was pregnant with me when she worked with my dad. So if that's true, your dad would know my mom too. How cool is that? And when he left last night, Amir, his name was Amir, and he said, how cool, I'm just watching you guys, and then the pieces fall together.
Yeah. Well, social media is weird that way. We on Mother's Day, I had my mom and dad, my sister, and my nieces were there, and somebody recognized me in the restaurant, and they came over and said, "Oh my God, I'm visiting my mom for Mother's Day," and I knew you lived in Elk, and blah blah blah. I said, went through the whole thing, and then as we were leaving, I got up. She was sitting right behind us. I turned to say goodbye, and she mentioned the place that her mom lives, and then my mom gets up, and her mom, and she's all, "Hey, Flo! Oh, hey, Joanne!" They knew each other. Her mom knew my mom from the place they lived together, and she watches our channel and was hoping to see us in Elk Grove, and ran into us in a restaurant, and her mom was friends with my mom. Isn't that amazing? And she's like from 1,000 miles away.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, I got shit
All
to
right.
do before I go to Rockies, so. Yeah, it's crazy, you guys. It's crazy, but it's amazing. Everybody has their shit and everybody has their stories, and I think ours is pretty cool. And yes, I think we should write a book. Christy, are you still here? I think Christy's going to be my ghostwriter. Anyhow, so you guys remember, you are important, you are worthy, and you matter, and your feelings are just that, yours. It's just our reactions sometimes that aren't just great. But, we're all emotional beings, so sometimes it's hard to curtail that. But other than that, remember that. Find something to do today. Seek something out for yourself to make you happy, to put a smile on your face. Always look for your sparkle. It's there. Just sometimes we have to do a little bit of more soul searching for that. So love you guys. I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day.